Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. A fiery crash on the Melvin Evans Highway, and a driver is lucky to survive. We'll hear more on the new majority in the Senate, and a conference held by the police for the holiday season. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a man lost control of his vehicle a few hours ago on the Melvin Evans Highway, and he's lucky to be alive. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this exclusive report.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We are in the westbound part of the Melvin Evans Highway, and it's around 2:30 right now. News Channel 8 started getting the calls about 20 minutes ago. Look at this. From here all the way down to Sunny Isle is shut down now. We had reports of about 2 or 3 ambulances here, and I believe they've all been taken to the hospital. Hopefully no one was hurt seriously. We got the fire department out here. These guys here, it looks like from the look of it, we had a lot of foam in here. But once again, I want you to look at this vehicle. Completely charred out. And, you know, I don't know the result of this or why this happened. But remember, we have a press conference today, and these guys are begging the motoring public to please slow down this holiday season and drive with precaution. We don't know what happened here, but was definitely other vehicles involved. As you could see, the cameraman panning down from here all the way until Sunny Isle is shut down. They'll try to have this area probably cleaned up for rush hour by the time we're on tonight. There's several people giving reports to a detective, a plainclothes detective down the way there. And I asked if someone was seriously hurt, and she didn't think so. But I'm going to go check with these guys here. But, I mean, if somebody survived this, they're pretty lucky. Before we wrap this up, I've just been told that this was a single car accident. Something happened to him as he had this intersection. He literally rolled the wall, tight-roped it, and do you believe he's walking around right now? He's towards the bottom down there. We believe his family got to the scene, but he is walking around just like you or me, barefoot, because we believe his shoes are burned up in that vehicle there. Other than being barefoot, though, he is pretty lucky. Take another look at that vehicle, and it's amazing he's still walking around. All right, this post right here was on the wall that he tight-roped. Look at that light pole right there. This is it. And it was on where he tight-roped over here. That's where it belongs. And that's his final resting place. But he's not hurt. Nearly a scratch. Like I said, he's barefoot, but he is walking around. All right, now you're updated. I'm Wes Small on the Melvin Evans for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And in other news, we have now more from the newly formed majority of the 29th legislature. News Channel 8's Lee Carl talks to Senator Craig Barshinger about the new majority.
Well, you're only in a minority if you join a minority caucus. What I am is not in the majority. I've been in the majority from the beginning, but a majority has to feel itself out, to develop a chemistry and to work together. And as of Sunday, I was still in the majority, and I got a call to come to a caucus on Monday at 1 p.m. But Monday morning, I got a text from Senator White, who, yes, he is texting, and he said, please disregard the meeting and acknowledge. And about an hour later, he sent it again at 9 a.m. and said, please disregard the meeting. And so I said, acknowledged, but I had somebody drop by to see what that means. What does disregard mean? What it meant was they were having the meeting, but I was out. So a group within the majority decided that I was not a person they wanted to have as a member, and I respect that. I've never been so glad to be rejected before, because I honestly would rather stick to my core values, and I had a feeling that to be a good team player, which I always am, I play for my team, but I would not want to be in a majority where I had to compromise my core values in order to be in the majority. and I wasn't comfortable with that.
In St. Thomas, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.
And now we hear Lee Carl as he talks to newly elected Senator Chucky Hansen.
One of the senators who wanted to comment on this new coalition is a sort of a phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm sorry for putting it that way, but Senator Elisa Chucky Hansen, who will now head up the government operations and White House liaison, and here she is as I spoke to her about the coalition and other matters.
As the senator said, we got together and formed a coalition of people that we think likes to work, people that are highly committed, and the door continues to be open to others who wishes to participate. I requested and received a powerful, you know which one, right?
Yes, the election of the White House, right?
Not just that, but a grand government operation committee. And Lee, you've been around a long time, and you know the force of the government operation committee if you use it right. And the government operation is just that, the operation of the whole government, how the government operates. And that's very significant. In addition, it has jurisdiction over WAPA, over the port authorities, over the GERS, and any area that this committee and this chair sees fit to enter into.
Thanks, Lee Carl. And just when we thought we had our dumb crook of the year, we now have a new contender. Recently, we had a correction officer caught with a pound of marijuana. Well, now we have 45-year-old Lucier Williams of Estate St. John, who was acting nervous at a stoplight in Gallows Bay yesterday afternoon. Police pulled him over, and he admitted he had a little marijuana in his car. But when police investigated further, they found 7 pounds of it. Williams' bail was set at $10,000. And there was a major police press conference held earlier today. News Channel 8's Wes Small has more.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. Season's greetings to everyone. That's what the VIPD wants to say today. They had all their frontline team there today here at Rainbow Command. It's a holiday safety press conference based on zero tolerance for this festival season. Several aspects were talked about today by Police Chief Benta, also Police Commissioner Novell Francis. Let's get right to it. The first topic we're going to deal with the press conference is juvenile delinquency. 10 o'clock. Everyone under the age of 16 should be home or accompanied by a parent. 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
We are going to merge the forces of all the resources that exist in the territory to make sure that every single avenue that we can cover is covered. That means the traffic enforcement units will be out on the street conducting checkpoints much more than you've seen before. It means that children who are out of their homes beyond 10, and for those juveniles who have a curfew at 6, who are out beyond those time, whose parents know they're not supposed to be, will be addressed along with their parents. And how does the parents fit into this? The parents themselves knowing better, knowing that their child, if they are supposed to be at home at 10, allow them to traverse the streets. And some parents know that they get in trouble, that they're idle hands. And they've allowed this to continue without any intervention from any source within this territory. That will stop.
The next topic of conversation at this press conference are suspects that are out on bail. Many of these same suspects do commit horrendous crimes like murder.
We have a situation where there's so many individuals who are out on bail. 98% of our homicides are based on individuals who have been released from the system for committing another crime, and they come out and they plague on this society by taking lives. And rest assured, this police department, time and time again, is right at the footstep of each of these individuals' home, and apprehension is very timely.
Last but not least, I want you to listen to this by Police Commissioner Novell Francis. I always say, maybe I'm a prodigy of the Three Stooges and Officer Joe Bolton, but I always say, we need a cop that walks the beat. That's right, with a stick. Remember that? A cop that has the windows down. Finally, my prayers are answered. Police Commissioner Novell Francis says for this holiday season, no more AC, no more tinted windows. Police officers, put your windows down.
I'm about to issue a directive today to each and every one of my police officers, rank and file, regardless of your rank. again, to turn your glass or your windows down in your police vehicles during this festive season. Return service to the public. Return service to the public. The front passenger glass as well as the driver's glass should be turned down so that if the public needs you during this festive season, that they could reach out and call you and you'll be able to hear the public calling out to you. A directive will be issued today as soon as we leave here. Again, committing ourselves to the public to be available to them during this festive season.
So there you have it. A lot was discussed at that press conference. Drunk driving initiative takes off today nationally and here in the VI. Also the theft of copper, stealing from grave sites, and more about cash for gold. Whatever the topic of discussion was, it was pretty good and pretty powerful today, especially for this holiday season. Please don't drink and drive, and remember, zero tolerance for festival season. Everyone love each other, right? Keep the domestic violence down, too. I'm Wes Small at Rainbow Command for News Channel 8.
It's good to see the Virgin Islands police officer preparing for our safety this holiday season. And when we come back from this break, we'll take a look at your Caribbean report, plus high school football. Stay with us.